What up, what up? Say so G, back in the video. So the title of this video is gonna be, I need prayer in 2025. So admin notes, thanks again, y'all. Subscribe to the channel. I endeavor to keep pushing the video out. You love it, you better yourselves. It's a little bit windy out here, so I'm just gonna keep talking loudly so you guys can hear me. It is January 1st, 2025 with this video. At the time of this video, Happy New Year, everybody. I know stating dates on YouTube is kind of relevant because you could be watching this video right now, June 7th of 2050. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of irrelevant, but I'm telling this in real time. I really appreciate all the subscribers got to the channel. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. It's gonna be a really good year this year. It really is. I promise you it is. But I need prayer. So let's get into it. So why do I say that I need prayer in 2025? So I'm gonna give you two things that have happened to me recently over the last month, right? Back in December. And it really got me to thinking that, like, I really need some healing. Like, seriously. I mean, I'm not even gonna front about that, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I come up here and I always, to a certain degree, stay aggressive, which, I mean, that is in my personality. I'm not gonna front about that. But, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, I go through issues and go through problems just like anybody else, right? So, I'm no different than anybody on this platform. I go through struggles. I do, right? So I'm gonna give two things that happened to me, like I said, within the last month, that really got me to thinking that I really need healing and I really need prayer. I really do. So the first one is one of my neighbors, right? So this neighbor is 2 houses down from me in my neighborhood. Now, I've been in that neighborhood right now, September be 10 years I've been in that neighborhood, right? That particular house they're talking about has had some different families go back and forth in that house. I want to say it's a rental. I think somebody actually owns the house, obviously, and then somebody is renting the house out to different families, right? So this particular family that's in there right now has been there a little bit over a year now. The family that was in there before was a Navy family. The guy and the husband and the wife were retired Navy, both of them were, and I got along with them very well. They had some grandkids that played my daughter. Like, I really love that family. They wanted to get another house built in another city in the area for retirement, and they moved. They moved really way into the sticks. So this other family comes in. And, I'm nice, I'm cordial, I'm from the South, right? So every time I see somebody, don't matter who it is, I'm gonna wave my hand, right? I'm gonna say, how you doing? No, these other things, right? And it's a husband and a wife, and they have 2 daughters. And, when they first move in, I would say within the first, I think, maybe 3 months, I didn't see him. I didn't know who lived in that house after the other family moved. And then I started seeing them. I saw the husband most of the time. I think the wife works out of town sometimes. So I see the husband, all the time in the front yard doing things, in the backyard doing things. And I would see him look over at my way, and I'm waving at him. I'm saying, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. Never acknowledged me. Never. So, I'm saying, like, okay, cool, no problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving the benefit of the doubt, right? So months go by as I'm doing this, especially during the summer months, right? He's out there cutting grass, all these other things. I'm out there on my deck, I maybe, cooking, grilling on the grill, might be smoking a cigar or something like that, whatever. And I'm waving every time I see him because I'm trying to be nice. The guy never acknowledged me, never waved his hand to me, never spoke to me or anything like that. So I'm starting to get really pissed off, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it really takes a lot for me to get pissed off. It really does. But I mean, I started getting really, really agitated. Now, I'm gonna be very transparent here. Very transparent. The family I'm talking about in that house is a white family. The family that was a Navy family was a black family, right? So I'm not saying that, that because of their race, I got along with one better than the other one. But because how I was raised in the South, experienced a lot of racism, a lot of horrible things told to me, A lot of things done to me when I was growing up. I grew up in the 80s and the 90s. And I'm telling you right now, if you really think that in the South, in that part of Virginia, if you think racism that wasn't going on, you are sadly mistaken. It was a whole different ball game, a whole different scenario, a whole different time in the 80s and 90s. Racism was prevalent. It really was. I was told some horrible things, even by my teachers, my white teachers, right? Telling me I wasn't going to be anything that was the N-word in my face. So, being in the Army, I've transitioned from that thought process. Like I've had actually more friends that were another race other than black than others while I was in the Army. You know what I'm saying? So racism didn't really bother me that much when I put on uniform, because we all the same color in uniform, right? But something in me triggered that past emotions that I had when I was growing up. And I really, in my mind, really sitting here thinking, this white guy must be racist. He must not like black people, because I'm waving at him and he's not acknowledging me at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on here? Like, is it really because I'm black? I'm starting to get really pissed off, y'all. Like, seriously. So this goes on for a while. So I want to say maybe 2 months ago, about 2 months ago, I see him walking down the street with his wife. Now, mind you, this is the first time I had ever seen him walk away from his house. I seen him get in the car before, but I never seen him actually walk around the neighborhood until this day. I got my daughter and my dog, and he has his 2 daughters, and they have a dog as well. So I'm seeing him from afar a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, that's that guy. So I'm literally gonna walk past him. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna say something to this guy when I get up on him. And then as he get closer to me, I'm noticing something in his hand. This is real talk, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm not lying. I put this in everything I love, everything. I'm seeing something in his hand, and then he reaches over to his wife, and I'm looking, I'm squinting a little bit because he's still a little bit far from me. He has a walking cane. As far as one of the things you like to tap on the ground. The reason why he wasn't seeing me because he was visually impaired. He's legally blind. So I'm sitting here pissed off that this guy's not waving at me, and the whole time he couldn't freaking see me. He's legally blind. Yo, you know how much that humbled me when that happened? I walked up on him. Me and him started talking and everything. I'm telling you, the nicest guy I had ever met in that neighborhood, to this day. Now, I'm not saying my other neighbors that I have are not cool. Like, I have a lot of neighbors that are ex-military like me, so we get along just great. But I'm talking about this guy was genuinely nice. I mean, a pleasant person to be around. I saw him last night walking his dog. I'm walking my dog, and we say Happy New Year, all those other things. He remembered my name. You can't judge a book by its cover, y'all. You really can't. And you gotta make sure that you acknowledge past trauma in your life. You know what I'm saying? And make sure it doesn't affect you in your adulthood, and it doesn't affect decisions and how you think. You know what I'm saying? Because I really thought this guy was racist. I really thought this guy wasn't talking to me or acknowledging me because of my skin. And the whole time, he's blind. It's crazy. Second one, before I let y'all go. If you go back into my archives, you'll see the video that I made where I said why I left the Kojic church, right? Go watch that video and you'll get some context as far as what I'm gonna say right now. So, I see this Facebook post a couple days ago, before Christmas, and it's a post of the old church that I was at, the old Kojic church. And I see a person up there that was one of the main reasons why I wound up leaving that church. Now, this gentleman is younger than me. He did something that was very, very bad, very awful. Not even gonna front. I mean, awful to the point where the authorities got involved, right? And, in the Bible, it says you're supposed to forgive. You're supposed to, to forgive your fellow man, right? Don't do anything bad to him, you know what I'm saying? Love your enemies. And I'm telling you right now, y'all, I saw this guy in these photos on Facebook with the church, with the pastor and the church members and everything, and they're at an event in church having a good time. And I'm telling you, something welled up in me so bad. that I had to actually kick off Facebook during that time. Like I really, I mean, it was like rage, y'all. I had absolute rage against this guy because he did a family member of mine's real wrong. And one thing you'll understand about me, I don't play with my family. I really don't, you know what I'm saying? You do something to my family, and I'm telling you, it's not a good look, you know what I'm saying? And mind you, some more context to this situation, I was a deacon in that church. The pastor of that church actually ordained me a deacon. So legally, in the Kojic church, I am a deacon. Now, how can a deacon be so angry and so rageful at a person when I'm supposed to be godly? Like, I'm supposed to be the person that actually forgive and let bygones be bygones. Not forget, but forgive and move on. And I'm telling you, the guy that did this, what he did, it was so much of an egregious thing against my family member that we had to leave the church. There was no way of us being in the same space. It just wasn't going to work at all. So that also got me to thinking, have I really forgiven this guy? I'm human, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm human, you know what I'm saying? There's no way of getting around that. So, based off of those two things that happened to me within the last month, that's the reason why I need prayer in 2025. Now, of course, I'm going to pray myself, right? And keep my relationship with God as intact as possible and not stray away from him, because I know through him, I'm going to be able to get the healing that I need. But I've come to find out in my Christian journey that when folks pray for you, I'm telling you, it is a powerful thing. It is a very powerful thing. I promise you it is. I'm telling you, all these folks up here that's watching this video right now, they got into some stuff, early in life, or even stuff right now. I promise you, there was some family member out there that was praying for you to get out that thing. A mama's prayer is a powerful thing. I'm telling you, it's a powerful thing, y'all. It's powerful. It is powerful. So that's the reason why I say that I need prayer, right? So if y'all don't mind, please pray for me. Pray for my strength. Pray for my healing of my heart, right? Because it's a terrible thing to be in a rageful mindset, in a rageful situation. And it's one of those things, like it's a safety mechanism for me. I know it is. When somebody do me wrong, or I feel like somebody did me wrong, it's like I just want to do something to them. And I'm not saying like in a physical sense. I'm just saying like, if you don't, if you do something to me that is crazy, I don't rock with you. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like you. I just don't like you anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's over and done with. You know what I'm saying? Unless you come to me and apologize to me, screw you. I'm done with you. You know what I'm saying? That's the way my mind is. That's not a good way of thinking, y'all. It really isn't. Especially with me wanting to be Christ-like and me wanting to, be closer to God. Because God is not about hate, he's about love. So I pray for my strength, pray for my healing. I pray for y'all as well. You know what I'm saying? I always do. If you want me to discuss the topic or certain thing to benefit your channel, email me at asog757@gmail.com. My email address is in the description below. Say so G, signing out. I'm gone.